Hello, 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 Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. Do you have a lot of UOCs lying around, or you're new to the game, or you're just looking for to increase your magic just a little bit on your DPS, but you just don't know which trust masteries to go for? Okay, we're gonna jump right into that. What we're looking at here is trust masteries, not STMRs, that you can get from units that are permanently in the pool. So these do not include time-limited units. So you're not going to get Halloween units, you're not going to get Christmas units, etc., etc. You're not going to get collabs. These are units that will always be around. Alright. And these are units that you can use unit of choice tickets to get if you're a new player. Or you can, hopefully, there's a few 4-stars in here too, because Magic has a few little 4-star trust masteries that are helpful, that you might be lucky enough to get. But let's go ahead and jump right into it. We're going to start off with hats. Alright, so the hats we've got, I have 3 listed, but really there's only really one good hat. There's Wizard's Pedasos. Somebody's going to probably tell me that I've even still pronounced that incorrectly. Okay, so Wizard's Pedasos comes off of Wizard's Shantoto. Alright, 5-star unit base. It's a hat, MP 25, defense 20, magic of 52, which is way above anything else that's available. This is almost STMR level, to be honest. It has lightning resistance of 20%, and it has increased magic by a passive 15%. So it has that passive just magic stat increase, as well as a flat 52 magic. Honestly, this hat is way better than anything else. Then I'm going to go, because I'm going to list options. We have Hairpin of Purity. Hairpin of Purity, it has the lower magic stat, but it has all status elements nullification. So you can't get Paralyze or Stone or Confuse or anything like that. So it has all status elements nullified. Good, and it has a little bit of Spirit on it, has a little bit of defense. Okay, so if you're trying, if you're worried about getting status ailments, there you go. Alright, and then for your 4-star base, so maybe it'll save you, some UOCs if you're trying to save UOCs. There is another 52 magic. It doesn't have the magic 15%, but it does have the 52 magic, but it's on a helm. And most mages don't wear helms, but some of them specifically do. So it's 52 magic on a helm with 40 defense. So if you're looking for a new hat to get for your mage, it's definitely Wizard's Pedasos. But you can still look at Hairpin of Purity and Magic Circlet if those are things that you need. Alright, so let's move on to armor. Armor, we've got the reigning champion supreme there with Astral Robe. Astral Robe is 65 magic, but it is not that different from Lordly Robes, which we'll get to in a minute. It's at the end of the list there. So they're both robes, they're both 65 magic. So don't think you have to go for Astral Robe and get Soul if you don't want to. It has 15 defense, 42 spirit, and MP 10%, and again that comes off of Soul. Not like Neovision Soul or Diabola Soul, just regular old Soul. Alright, then we've got Valentine Tuxedo. It has 120 MP. That's great for those units that just tear through their MP. Then it's got defense of 20, it's got magic of 60, which is great, and then spirit of 20 with a passive ice resistance of 30%. Pretty fantastic little Valentine Tuxedo. Then we've got Dark Fina Swimsuit. It comes off of Seabreeze Dark Fina. It has magic 60, so the same as Valentine Tuxedo. It has passive MP recovery by 5% per turn. Love that. Water resistance of 50%, and a little defense of 21. But if you're just looking to save some UOCs, armor has that covered for you. You can just get a unit up to 1850 total spirit. Okay, so just do whatever you need to do. If you've got some Neovisions laying around, maybe you got like Neovision Aerith or something, throw on some basic gear on her, boom, you've got 1850 spirit. I don't know what your units are, but hopefully you can get a unit up to 1850 spirit and go into any quest, and then you just get this item. It's in like the daily quest rewards area up in the top left. And it is 65 spirit, 65 magic, and defense of 45 with passive 5% MP recovery. it's just on the same level as like the best trust masteries that you can get. So I would definitely just say stick to keeping your UOCs for armor and probably just stick with the lordly robes until you can upgrade to an STMR level. All right, let's go on to armor. I'm sorry, onto accessory. We just came off of armor. Gah. All right. So we've got Facade of Balance. Facade of Balance comes off of the global exclusive fan design unit, Circe. Circe, it has 45 magic, passive 20% MP, and passive 30%. So not only does it have flat magic, but it also has a magic increase percentage. So it's huge. It's amazing. That's a really large hike. And it has LB fill rate by 50%. That's pretty nice. That's all right. So your Facade of Balance, incredible. Okay, it's literally incredible. It's passive, and it's percent. All right. Then we've got Dark Ring, which comes off of Dark Mage X-Death. Dark Mage X-Death, it has increased magic for 10%, and then defense of 6 and magic of 52, and dark resistance for 30%. Honestly, just fantastic. It's got that really, really high magic, base magic, and then a flat, nice addition to magic. It's just great. Then we've got Mobius Ring. Mobius Ring has a nice little flat magic of 55. What's great about this one, though, is a lot of mages do not have dual wield. A lot of them also do want to be like single wield, you know, like they just have the one rod. But some of them do want to be dual wield. So if you've got one that wants to be dual wield and can't be, well, you've got the Mobius Ring. Mobius Ring comes off of Fina and Dark Fina. It allows them to have dual wield if it's not already in their kit, and it has a base 55 magic. And that unit's a nice little tag unit for Neovision Awakenings if you can get her up there. Alright, then we've got Archmage's Mantle. Archmage's Mantle comes off of Archmage Kefka, big surprise. It has 50 flat magic, so a little bit lower than the others, but it has a nice little Silence Null, Confuse Null, and Petrify Null, which is kind of alright. Defense 12, Spirit 10. Then we're moving on to Vesvia with Nutkin Hairpin. Now, you can save your UOCs a little bit if you have a Vesvia. You know, you got Facade of Balance with 45 magic and 30%. Well, this has 40 magic and 40%. Like, Nutkin Hairpin it's on the same quality as the other TMRs on here, except for Mobius Ring, because it's unique and it does that one thing. But it's really on the same quality, so if you're looking to save some UOC tickets and you happen to have Vesvia, you've gotten lucky enough to pull them in your pulls, then I would just stick with this unit. Because that flat 40 magic and then modifying the 40% magic it's fantastic. Alright, so then we're moving on to Materias. Materias is a big list, you guys remember. Alright, so on Materias we've got our top operative Xyrus. Well, top operative from operative Xyrus. It has a increase MP and magic by 30%. That's really good. You want to have your larger MP pool because mages usually tear through their MP. It increases magic by an additional 20% when equipped with a rod. That's fantastic. You're most likely going to be equipped with a rod, so that's going to go up to 50% magic passive, and then increase equipment magic 50% when wielding any weapon. Now I'll explain equipment magic versus regular magic. Now, since this is the first time we've seen it in this video, now your magic, think of these mages, the percent base, it increases them, it increases what their stats are, so it modifies off of them. But the equipment magic makes their gear better. So instead of that gear providing 50 flat magic, it now provides 65 or whatever. So it increases the gear, and then so those two different things, they're two separate numbers that can be calculated independently of each other. Therefore, if you can get equipment magic and magic both on a character, your character is going to be that much more stronger. Okay. So you'd like to get equipment magic on there. So this one does equipment magic, which is the first time we've seen this. So it's 50% when single wielding. We have some later that do it with dual wielding. Okay. So that's a really good materia if you just have one weapon in your hand. Then there's Magic Charger. Magic Charger increase equipment magic 100%. So it's huge. Carlet's TMR is huge. It's 100%. Honestly, it's night and day difference if you equip this to a unit, like how much their magic goes up by. All right, it's great. Then there's Prodigies of Mysidia. Prodigies of Mysidia is Palom and Porum's Trust Mastery. It increases LB gauge by a passive 3 per turn, so they're just going to get, a higher LB. It has MP 20%, that's nice. And then Magic of 50%. So that's a really high flat magic stat with some additional buffs. Alright, we've got Desert Bloom, which comes off of Dancing Heart Penello. Desert Bloom gives you increased magic by 40%. And then increase equipment magic by 50%. So again, the equipment magic combined with 40% flat magic. So it's very similar to Operative Xyrus, but it does give less. But it doesn't have that requirement of you needing to wear a rod. Very good, and it is also single wielding. We have Magic Potential. Magic Potential, again, coming off of a 4-star unit. It increases MP by 10% and gives you 50% equipment magic. Nice little buff. Nice little buff for your equipment magic whenever you're single wielding. Then we have Trance Power. Trance Power does equipment magic by 25%. Now I'm going to say that Trance Power and Knowing Tag, not huge. They're not huge. But the thing is they're the best we've got in the Trust Masteries for 25% for dual wielding. There's just not that many good dual wield Trust Masteries, but if you've got one of the mages that specifically needs to be a dual wielder, then these would be the Trust Masteries that you would like to go for, but most mages do not, but there are a few that do. Alright, so Trance Power is increased magic by 40% and equipment magic by 25% when dual wielding. Also, it gives you 25% increased LB damage. Nice, it's got that LB damage stat modifier. Alright. So then we've got Knowing Tag, which comes off of Benevolent Beauty Rim. Increase HP 10% and Magic and Spirit by 30%. Alright, so Magic and Spirit by 30%. Increase potency of healing items. Who's doing that? And then increase equipment magic by 25%. Again, that 25%. Wish it was higher when dual wielding. Alright. Then we've got Tetrasylphide Synergy. This is such a good... So again, if your unit can't dual wield and you want them to, it gives 20% MP, 50% magic, and enabled dual wielding. So if they cannot dual wield, it allows them to. That's off of 4 Winds Physalis. Then we have Astral's Projection. Astral's Projection is increased attack magic by 40%. But what's really the advantage is, say you've already got your attack magic already capped. It's already at max. So what are you going to do? Well, you can throw on some LB damage if your unit is an LB character. Say you've got like Neovision, you've got like a Bara, and you really want to be able to do your LB damage. Well, boom, there it is. 30% additional LB damage. Alright, then we've got Path of a Black Mage. Path of a Black Mage is increased magic by 30%. It comes off of Black Mage Arc. Passive resistance to sleep, silence, and paralyze. That's really nice. And increase magic by 30% when equipped with the hat. So you're most likely going to be equipped with the hat. So this is a 60% magic buff, which is really nice. It's much higher than the other 50s because you're most likely going to be equipped with a hat. And it has the status ailment resistances. Okay? And that wraps it up for materia. Going on to weapons. Now, there we go. We've got weapons. Now, the weapons, unfortunately, most of your good stuff is going to come from your trials. You can get some decent quality weapons, even off of 3 and 4 stars. I mean, by decent, I mean they'll get you through. But really, you're going to start to see good weapons off of your trials from your Chamber of the Fallen, Chamber of the Indignant, Chamber of Arms, and Chamber of the Vengeful. So really, I would look in those trials and be like, can I beat this? Shout out to my man Sinzar, who makes all kinds of trial guides. You can look him up on YouTube, Sinzar. Really fantastic trial guide guy. So I would heavily suggest looking him up. Um, and if you're trying to beat one of these and you just can't figure it out, don't shoot for the top. Start at the bottom. Get the lower rods first, and work your way up. But I would definitely say look for your weapons in the trials, in the Chamber of Arms, Chamber of Vengeful, Chamber of the Indignant, and Chamber of the Fallen. All right, so thank you guys for watching the 5-star base TMRs. I will see you next time. Much love and peace.